When you think what could be the most unhappy country in the world, you might have your own prejudice ideas about what that could be, based on maybe money is a thing, maybe liberties is a factor, maybe quality of life. But what does that even mean? Maybe do they have macaroni and cheese? I mean that
Mm.
might be a factor for some people. Do they sell beef jerky? That could be a
Oh
factor to
shit.
some people. So today we have a list of the most unhappy countries, the 20 most unhappy countries. And hopefully you're seeing this image if everything went right in the post production here at the Broskiedoodles podcast, the best podcast in all of the land. It's your boy Kiko Flo, Kiko Cervantes, and Chef Maurice, directly from San Francisco, as you see every week. Okay, so let's start right away. The most unhappy country in the world. I would have thought Venezuela, right? Venezuela, because they're going through some hardship right now with a regime, right, and a dictator, and they've stolen the election. So you would think, hey, these people are pretty fucked. But apparently, they're not even in the top 20 of the most unhappy countries in the world, which I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. So
We're a happy population,
yeah,
I
it's a happy
guess.
population. I mean, it is a joke in Venezuela that even if like things are going bad, you're like, oh, let's have a beer and laugh. And maybe
Yeah.
that's why we are fucked. Okay, so the number one country, Uzbekistan.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume so.
You would assume so.
Where,
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. Where the fuck is that?
Well, first of all, stop with the cursing. We're only a minute in. YouTube doesn't like
Damn.
the cursing at the beginning. Now they're gonna age restrict this. Uzbekistan. This is like below Russia. You know where Borat is from? Something like that.
All the stands.
No, I mean there's probably like some people that listen to us there. I mean I don't want to sound, but yeah, you wouldn't just think. I mean I guess this is something that's understandable. Maybe this is a place that's underdeveloped. I don't know,
Hmm.
but if it is, then you could understand. Okay, maybe they're not happy because of that.
I feel like it also has to do a lot with politics.
Okay,
You
you
know,
know what's the
those
internal politics of Uzbekistan at the moment?
I read about them a lot. No, no, but all the stands have some sort of communism, socialism going on. So I mean, I'm not
Venezuela has
surprised.
communism.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if you see all the list, there's Kyrgyzstan,
Yeah, but
Kyrgyzstan,
put some respect on the name.
Kazakhstan. So all the stands have like some sort
Okay,
of
you are right. When I
something
see
going on.
you are right in the list, you could see a lot of the Stan Europe. I don't even think that's Europe. I think that's called Asia.
I think it's Asia, even though yeah, they're Asian,
Yeah, they're
not
Asian, even though
not
they're
European.
yeah. All right, even though. Okay, so
I
second
feel like
place.
there's some surprises here.
Yeah, some surprises. Second place apparently, most unhappy place in the world. Second place, the UK, the United Kingdom, mate. Fucking England and all its little boys. Do you think
I feel
this is
I
like? Okay, yeah, go.
I feel it's accurate. Yeah, all them countries are mad. Plus Brexit and the Queen and Ireland and Scotland. They're not happy people. They want to get the fuck out of the UK. You know, and then I feel. I mean, maybe not two. Two is a little harsh. The weather kind of sucks sometimes. It's cold, rainy. Sounds like San Francisco a lot. Um, I see it as not being the most happy
You say UK is like San Francisco.
in
Yeah.
that sense, weather wise.
It rains a lot in San Francisco.
It tends to
Yeah, but I bet
mostly,
it's not fucking freezing like it is out there and filled
but
with English people. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say UK would be one of my surprise countries in this list. But also after what I said, it doesn't surprise me.
I mean,
I wouldn't have put
it
it at
seems
two,
like there are
but
the type of people that would be like negative about shit. Like, oh, look at like they'll just like always bring shit down, instead of bringing shit up. So I could
just a
see it.
negative community as a
But I
whole.
mean, it's crazy how like one of the most powerful countries in the world and one of the main sort of influence in the world in general, right? Like they created so many things that then they sort of shared around the world, not always in a pacifist way, but the UK pretty much created like common law, so among other things. But yeah, second place, they're the saddest motherfuckers. I mean, that's fucked up. Third place, we got South Africa. South Africa is one of the most developed countries in Africa, from what I understand.
Yeah.
And third place, I mean, are they that sad? Why would they be sad? You would think in Africa is more like Latin America as well, where they're like, look, we're dancing, we're having fun. Even if things are bad, we'll sort of sort it out.
Mm.
I wouldn't think South Africa.
They seem like happy people.
Although
Maybe
they have
I
had
think
conflict with the whole
right. I
white
think
black
a lot
thing.
of this list has a lot to do with politics, and we'll get to that with number 18. But we'll get to that.
Okay. Number 4, we got Brazil. Again, surprise to me. I mean,
Don't fuck me up.
Brazil has, of course, poverty, slums, the villas or the
Favelas.
favela. So yeah, I mean, some people live in misery. Things are fucked. But I mean, Brazil is a large economy, and you would think the place that has the baddest carnival with the baddest booties, as told by people that have gone there. You would think that they're happy. You got Rio de
Yeah.
Janeiro, you got Copacabana, and you're not happy. You're not chilling.
Mm.
You're in Brazil, Ronaldinho, World Cup, Neymar. You're not what? They got some fire food. They got some fire people.
Pau de queijo.
Pau de queijo,
Cheese bread.
cheese bread. Okay, I love it. I love it. So all I'm saying is, Brazil, get your shit together, bro. How the fuck are you so sad these days? I thought you were supposed to like bring the whole samba and like spirit to the rest of us. So
I in the survey it says that they surveyed 400,000 people across 71 countries. So it's interesting because there's a lot of these countries that have hundreds and hundreds of millions of people. So I don't know. You're taking just a small amount
okay, maybe you
of their
think
population.
they went to like you know a cancer hospital in Brazil and only asked the people there.
Maybe
That could be
that could have
skewed.
been
That could be skewed. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I mean we gotta take it with a grain of salt. Number
right.
5, Tajikistan. So this is another of the stands. Damn, that's fucked up. I mean, like, I would like to know, like, what is it that makes them sad? I mean, of course, you say, political stuff, but you know what's fucked? Like, I see at the end of the day, it's not necessarily like money that determines if you're happy or not. Because, like, the UK, I mean, they're not great right now, but they're not the poorest country. South Africa, from what I understand, they have a robust economy. And Brazil is a huge economy. So, money is not necessarily an issue here. And after Tajikistan, respect on the name, you got number 6, another surprise. Australia, mate. Fucking A, Australia. How the fuck, Australia? Sad, mate. I thought they were always fucking happy, like fucking kangaroos and shit. This one I can't believe. Like Australia was supposed to be like the beacon of light when it came to being chill and cool about things, You always happy, mate. You always find a thing. You always find some, mate. I always wanted to talk Australian. It's like, it's pretty cool, mate. It's pretty cool, but I don't know how to do it,
Hmm.
I'm not cool with this one. Australia, you got one of the best reefs, natural reefs in the world. You got some of the biggest amounts of, animals in the kingdom. Many that can kill you. You got the baddest sharks. You got the baddest, whatever
Well,
the fuck.
as you were speaking, I wanted to look at the counterpart of this survey. So there's like the unhappy countries. So I looked up the happiest countries of 2024,
Okay.
And in the top 20, Australia is number 10 as the happiest,
Okay.
and United Kingdom is number 20 as the happiest.
So pretty much this is all bullshit.
Bullshit.
Okay, perfect.
But I do feel like there's some countries here that do kind of stand on the unhappy side of the world. You know, like I see a lot of like Iraq, Yemen. I understand, and I do have to think most of it has to be political.
Yeah, war torn countries. It's
And
understandable.
Bangladesh,
You
number
can
18,
you can stop sharing now, and then let's talk about
and then
Bangladesh. That's what I wanted to talk about, Bangladesh.
I,
Hi
I think
guys.
this is the
The,
first time people see me.
maybe depending on
Maybe.
how the editing goes, but thank you for bringing us the news, for bringing us this info. That's very reliable. It seems like every survey has its own life. But yeah, tell us
Well,
about Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, they got rid of their communist socialist bullshit.
Straight up, they just took him out. They just took the president
There's-
out.
and they have 171 million people,
In
and
Bangladesh.
in Bangladesh, and then
What?
most of the protests were done by men, as I saw in the pictures. So it's interesting to see that.
Where are the feminists now?
Mm, interesting. Then they did it
No, I,
after
I
15
think I think they
years.
don't allow them to leave the house after 50 years.
After 15 years of their bullshit, their communist bullshit, people said enough. And we can relate a little bit. We're
Hell
going
yeah!
through a little bit of that in
It
our
almost
home
it almost felt
nation.
like they were wait. They saw us go through it and they're like, oh, let's do our thing.
Let's do it.
And they got a
Um,
bunch of people dead, which is sad. Let's try not to use that
it's
word. It's more like people that got deleted or unalived.
mm, um, nothing that their government resigned. A lot of the military went into action,
Do you know
which
what
I
happened?
think
Because I know they killed a lot of people too. So was it
they
the case that the government killed some like protesters and then they just stood up and took them out type shit? Like,
it says that at least 91 people were deleted from the scene,
okay.
and then 100 more injured just on Sunday. So it feels like we're going through the same.
Yeah, it's very parallel to the Venezuela situation, where I feel like in Venezuela, unfortunately, you do kind of need like the people to stay in the streets and sort of protest continuously and block the country if they're gonna achieve anything. That's my view on it. But each town is different. Like the Bangladeshi, they're like, hey, we're gonna take you out. Like that's it. So the Venezuelans, they gotta make a decision as well, and let's see what happens there. But I can see why they're not happy at the moment. Why it's an unhappy place.
And just to round up the unhappy countries, I would say another two surprises: Germany and New Zealand. Those are kind of surprises, right?
Yeah, because like I mean, New Zealand, you're like, bro, it's even more chill. New
it's
Zealand is
yeah,
like the Australia of Australia.
right.
So how the fuck are you gonna be sad there, mate? You fucking in New Zealand. Isn't that where our Game of Thrones was filmed? Or some shit like
Mhm.
that. Like either like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones was filmed on New Zealand. That's how beautiful that place is. You're disconnected from the
Someday.
world. You're not even connected to any of the issues. I bet they gotta like make their own produce. Like your own farming because you can't. You don't have near. So everything's like organic from there.
Mm.
Australia's gotta be fucking amazing, mate. In New Zealand, are you serious? Fuck.
It's like you tell me, you say New Zealand, and I think about Kiwis and happy people.
That's what I think of. And people that have the haka dance,
Right, right. One
which
of our fan favorite.
which we love. So, but no, like anytime you hear like these surveys about like which countries are happy and shit, I always think it's funny because again, it doesn't have to do with money, which is one of the factors that you would think. Like for example, the countries that have the highest rates of suicide, shit, of deletion, auto deletion,
Out of the nation.
fuck, is like Japan and the Nordic countries, for example.
Hmm.
Okay, so those countries in you would think they work fine, like Norway, Iceland, right? Those countries are perfect. Things run good. You don't have people doing any riffraff shit. In Japan, they behave. Shohei Otani style. They don't play around with no riff-raffing. Okay? They stay up to class. They do things correctly. Right? That's so why do they wanna out of the lead so much?
Out of the lead so much.
I think it has to do more with the social pressure.
Okay.
This happens in South Korea too, where you're so pressure from your parents and society to be successful that you work more, you study more, and then when you can achieve it, you go and press the Control Alt Delete.
That's a good way to put it.
You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so what do you think about that? Like, cause like, yeah, political stuff. If there's war, of course, but it's almost like the pressure of society is what's most, uh, you know, determining here what's gonna happen with you. Like, because I see a lot of places that have this high. I mean, in the Nordic countries, I don't know if it's that. Maybe you live in a beautiful country like Iceland. It's like if everything's too beautiful, is there a point where you become sad?
Are you always trying to find a negative into the positive?
Okay, so if there's too much positive, you still want to find a negative.
I think that's how we're wired.
And also, Nordic people are like beautiful, right? Like when you think of people from Denmark, Norway, Iceland, you think like beautiful
Blonde, blue
people.
eyes,
Yeah.
white as fuck.
I mean, not that that necessarily means you're beautiful. I mean, maybe to you.
No, no,
No, I mean, the way you said it. So, I mean, that's
no,
cool,
I'm
you
just saying
know?
that they're white
No, I mean, you
and
like it. It's
blonde
cool.
and
You prefer it. It's okay. Sexual
the
preferences, like, that's on you. If you like super white only, that's respectable.
well, India is in this category of the unhappy countries. Do you think that they're just tired of having so much people in the streets and
What what,
in
what place?
cities?
What place is India?
Out of the 20 countries, it's 11. So
Okay. By the way, Bangladesh and India very similar.
yeah.
This is a very ignorant comment from me. What the fuck? They're like, bro, you don't even know. Yeah, I mean, in India, if they're in the list of places that are unhappy, it has to do strictly with a space thing, right? They don't have enough space. I believe they're like 2 billion people, maybe.
Let's look it up.
Search how many Indians are alive today. Check. Is that how you search for that?
1.4
Okay.
billion.
Can you search the same for China? I think they're the ones that are like 2.2. Okay.
China, 1.4.
Oh shit.
So they're about the same.
Okay, so Indians and Chinese, be careful with them because they're taking over. So no, India it's a matter of space. Yeah, they don't have enough space, so now they're more, irritated by small things. Like when you're at the office and there's like Margaret from HR, right? A fucking biatch, right? Always annoying, always asking for some memos. Did you read the email? Shut the fuck up, Stephanie. Right? Annoying. Now imagine now the office has moved to a place that's half the size. So now I'm closer to everybody. And now Samantha from accounting, is Samantha or Stephanie? I mean, depending. We've had two of them. They're both. So now she sits closer to me. right? And then I have to hear like all the shit she has to do. Now she looks at me like it's all these things. She's annoying. She sometimes brings her dog. Like, what the fuck is this? A zoo? We're at an office, right? Samantha, Stephanie. So imagine this situation in India, right? Right? You have your friend, you know, what would be a common Indian name? Search. Common Indian name, right? And you work like at a little, you like a repair shop, like where you repair phones, right?
Mm.
And you do your thing, and your name is
Amir.
Amir, right? Search for another one. Like maybe search for a few of them. So you're Amir, and you work in this little Indian shop. You know, you got it all under control. You know how to fix your phones. You're actually pretty good at it. But you work with this little POS, right? That also calls himself a phone repairer, whose name is
Hassan.
Hassan, right? But everybody knows Hassan is a little POS. He overcharges people. He doesn't really check the fixes well. When he glues the screen, he doesn't really do it gently. He brings bad reputation to the shop. And I told the boss, you have to fire Samir. No, what was his name? Sorry. What's the name?
Amir.
No, I'm Amir. But what's the other guy's name?
Shit.
Saman.
Hassan.
I told you to fire Hassan. He doesn't know how to pick. You know, I'm just for reference, because I want people to know, like, have a little idea.
We want the people to be like in that moment with us.
Right. I mean, I won't do it again, you know, but I just wanted you to have a little bit of it. Now you can imagine it, okay? So you have this person there, Haman. Fuck, I keep forgetting his name.
Hassan.
Right? I'm annoyed of this motherfucker. When we eat, he brings his Tupperware, heats it up in the thing, and eats it there. And he always brings some, like, you know, extra spicy shit, like fish with spicy sauces. Then the shop smells like that the whole day. So imagine, it smells like the food and also like us.
How would Amir say that?
Say what?
That the shop is smelling strong.
I already told you, Hassan, to not bring the fish in the Tupperware anymore here to the store. For example, I'm just giving like a reference. That's not how it would be.
No, definitely not.
It's just like an interpretation for people to have a little bit of like a view. You know what I mean? So now the shop owner, whose name is
Rohan.
Rohan is like, hey guys, things are not going well.
But say it.
What I will. But Rohan tells him, look, things aren't going well, so we're gonna have to reduce. But don't worry, I'm not gonna fire you guys. I really love you. I love the work you put into it. And Rahan says, look, we're just moving to a smaller place. And now you gotta be closer to motherfucking Hassan, who brings his fucking nasty ass food and is always talking about some nasty ass shit. He himself doesn't seem to take a shower on a daily basis. So wouldn't you be like more annoyed on a daily basis, which that means you are more... You're unhappy, man. You're unhappy. So you see how this could be. I just wanted to give you like a complex example. I think that
it's
it
like a
merited.
rough draft.
Yeah, I just wanted like to explain it correctly, because sometimes, you know, you want things like explained sometimes in a way so you can grasp it, and I just wanted to provide that. So, anyways.
Of course. Thank you for that.
No, you know.
I think we need a little bit more of that in the podcast.
Okay. Maybe like more acts out. Like we do more acting, we do more interpretation, more improvising, right? Play around with the algorithm, you know.
Right. They can't know our next move.
Right. Like keep them confused. I get you. No, I get you. So tell me a little bit about what's been interesting you in the last few days. You've been watching the Olympics? I understand.
I've been watching the Olympics. Olympics. That's how we get the algorithm on its toes. I've been watching sports that I usually don't watch. which is good. I see that you're also into the Olympics. You're showing their guns.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I
No,
think
it's big.
we've had a couple of episodes now
Yeah, this
with
is not
gun
the first time I wear
showings.
this shirt. It's very comfortable, and it does make my guns bigger.
Is it breathable?
It's very breathable. It's actually
Okay.
it's a Japanese brand. I won't say the name because they might be our sponsors in the future. But it's Japanese. You know, I'm all Japanese. If I could have, like even a Japanese penis, penis, I would want to.
If I would have Japanese whiskey, some good seafood, maybe some good ramen, and Shohei as my date,
And
Shohei Ohtani
and
as my
and
date,
and some Kobe beef.
some
Kobe,
Kobe.
Kobe.
I think that would be my perfect date. Me, Shohei,
Well, maybe in the future
whiskey.
when we make money, we can go to Japan. We can have a little Japanese getaway.
Do you know the name of that busy street in Tokyo? Maybe we can just like sit down and start recording there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's gonna work out. That's gonna definitely work out.
This too Hispanic.
They'll take us out of there through the cops. They have their laws, things you gotta follow things in Japan. There's a
Mm,
way in the street where you gotta go one way or the other. You cannot just be in the middle. You know, like when you're walking in a place that maybe has narrow hallways, maybe a mall or a shop, and there's these people, right, that maybe have certain chemical disbalances in their brain, and they just stand in the middle with their phones. This often happens maybe in like the hallways to get to another gate in an airport, or maybe you're in a movie theater. Like there's just people that aren't aware of their surroundings, right? In Japan, they don't play that game.
mhm.
If you're not aware of your surroundings, you're gone. Delete it.
Gone.
Control all delete.
You asked me about what has been on my head lately. I've been, as we all know, I'm at a new job, and this new job is I like it. I really like the people I work with, but it's in an area where you can see the differences between the rich in San Francisco and like the poor. And just to be fair, it's in an area where we other people would build a border, a wall in that border between the rich and the poor. And I think I've seen that a lot in the past week. I've sent you a couple of pictures that I want to show the
So
peeps.
is it the case that this is a place that's rich, and then after in one road to the next, it becomes very bad,
Very bad. And you can see the contrast.
and your restaurant is like in
Very
the border?
it's in the border. And we have let me just say that people are not the least amount that they're spending is at least $1,000
In the restaurant?
in the restaurant.
Jesus.
It's expensive. It's quite expensive.
Jesus. Okay.
I'm gonna show you a picture
Show
of
us. He's gonna show us. We have new technologies. We're always improving. We bought like thousands of dollars of production money, and now Chef Maurice is able to share things. So perfect. Okay, let's see.
I think this picture really resumes what San Francisco is. We have a nice Porsche. I don't know how the fuck do people say it. And then we have a citizen of the
Okay.
streets
Of the world, I'd
of
say.
the world, right?
No
Who just
borders.
moved into the neighborhood.
Yeah. Like, hey guys, what's up? Just setting up camp. What's good?
Ah, sorry. Yeah. Setting up camp, as you said. And this makes me sad
And
because
this is
the
the
contrast
view
is
from the restaurant out.
this is the view from the side of the restaurant. Um, yeah, it makes me sad to see pictures like this in a neighborhood that I work at. it doesn't make me feel so safe at night when I have
You
to
you
walk.
you had another picture of it, right?
I do.
Could you share the other one?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I
Let me
wanted to
look it
ask,
up
could
really
it be
quick.
this young man is the owner of the Porsche, and he's just doing a little bit of what people might call urban camping?
Right, right.
I think it's like a new thing that's developing in San Francisco and it's spreading across the Bay Area. Urban camping. Like, for example, this looks like, just a good old group of friends that decided to take their Porsche and do a little bit of urban camping, you know? Um,
They probably drove for 15 hours straight. They're just taking a break.
right. Like, let's say, you remember back in the days when we used to like maybe take a little road trip to Orlando or to Gainesville. Halfway you might sit, next to the sidewalk and light up the crack pipe.
I have to admit that I have seen people do contortioning in ways that it wasn't imaginable to me.
Yeah.
I've
To
seen
take,
poses that I haven't seen before. I think the Kama Sutra would take some of these poses and put it
yeah,
in
I
their
mean, I
book.
think what they're taking these days will be great for like fucking because you could move in a way that yeah, they sleep on their hips, right? You see them sleeping on their hips, like standing. Um, but anyways, I mean, I didn't want to be mean about it. I'm just saying, like
No,
that's
but this is what's been in my head for a little bit. Kind of
tell,
sucks that
tell us.
people need to take rests during their road trips and then they're folded.
Right, right, like yeah. I think sometimes though, sometimes like some people are just stretching.
Right.
Some people sometimes want to rest their eyes before they get on the road again.
Mm.
So I think you might be prejudging, what you see. So I mean, do you see this like when you're walking, for example, from your job to the train? Do you also see a bunch of homeless people living everywhere? For the people that are
Yeah.
listening to this, they're lost. They're like, what are they talking about? They're talking about a young man that goes on a road trip. Yeah, exactly. By the way, if you listen to the audio, still go to YouTube and subscribe and leave a like, leave a comment, and every time you want to like communicate with us, give us a topic, just go to the YouTube, and also listen to both of them. Like if you listen to both of them, you can leave one playing, one that you see for real. Helps us a little bit. It's your little way of helping without giving us any money.
Mm. Mm. Well, subscribe with the like button. That's as much as I can I can add. No, but we have a lot of subscribers now.
Mm-hmm. It's
We're
growing.
on the road to in the Spanish podcast. We're on the road to 200 episodes, which is quite good. And then in English, we're on the road to 300.
That's correct.
We got to give a shout out to the past members of the podcast.
Right?
So
Doesn't
shout out
mean
to
that they're
them.
not alive. They're all alive, but they're past members. No, because the
Right.
way you said it sounded like, oh, we wanna
We want to give a minute of silence to
a
those
minute of
who have
silence to them.
fallen.
Yeah. And also, I congratulate Chef Maurice not only on his new job, but also for being with us for so long and being the real ass motherfucking G.
Is this where I take my ding dong out and you just start?
Yeah.
Anyways.
If we were doing it in physical form, that would be the next step.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this dining place, you're telling me if you go with your, you know, significant
Significant
other,
other.
right? I don't want to say boyfriend girlfriend because that might be xenophobic. If you go with
You're
a
gonna spend some dough.
it's a,
You're
it's,
gonna
it's like
spend some
it's like
dough.
$1,000
At least that's what I've seen. Two people,
to the
uh,
dome.
1,000 or 1,200.
And are you able to
Damn.
share, just briefly, what would be the experience when I'm eating there? Like, what will I be eating for that amount?
you're gonna have 16 courses.
Okay.
So, and a lot of them are bigger size, a bigger portion. Others are smaller ones, as you might expect in some Michelin restaurants.
Okay.
But 16 courses, I think it's a lot. So you're gonna be full by the end of the dinner. You're gonna have it's a small space, so there's not a lot of people around you. Um, they're gonna treat you good. We have very great servers and managers, and the food is gonna be tasty. Good wines, good desserts. So it's a little bit of the good life in the
Okay.
restaurant. I think, and I would love for you to come have dinner at the restaurant. It's not paid. I'm not gonna pay for your shit, but I would love for you to come and hang out and try what we do.
Okay.
The menu changes monthly, so what we have now may not be available when you come by. But yeah, you're gonna have a nice dinner, very expensive. You're gonna be well taken care of. But then once you leave the restaurant, you're gonna see some of our members that we just showed. Our street
Okay.
members,
Our
the
street,
team, the street team.
the street team, right? They're taking care of the sidewalks, making sure nobody falls or anything like that. Okay. Well, hopefully between now and next time I'm able to visit you, things are going enough good for me that I can spend $1,000 on a dinner. But yeah, that sounds delicious. Can you share a little bit of like the culinary experience that's gonna be taking place there?
You like caviar?
I've never tried it. Talk to us about caviar. Like what is it and why?
The little huevitas, the little egg that the sturgeons have. They seem to be very expensive, tasty, salty, fishy. I think you get a little bit of everything there. And it's usually, a little dab that you get for a lot of money. Let's be real. And that's one of the starters. One of the starter dishes in the tasting menu. It's a little tartlet with some caviar.
Tarlet.
So
What's tarlet?
it's a little tart.
A
The
cracker?
little you can call it that. Not quite a cracker, but it's close to it.
Like a
And then you
bread.
have yeah, and then you have some caviar, some egg, and some cream, and it's delicious. And you should come try it out. No, I'm just kidding.
And
And
they gave you this sales pitch in a few days.
right, yeah, I can sell knives, and
Okay.
I can also sell caviar.
Okay, okay. No, I can see it. Have you had tried caviar in the past?
I have,
What's
yes.
you like it?
I'm very yeah. I mean, I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it just because I don't think that's something I would want to spend my money on. But if it comes in the dish, or if I had the opportunity to try it in the restaurant, I will. There are also different varieties of caviar, and there's also trout roe, which is a cheaper version of it. It's just the same eggs, but from the trout, and they're orange instead of black.
Mm,
They're not as salty, and they do provide a little pop. So
okay.
when you put it in your mouth and you chew on it,
Oh, I've
they're
seen
gonna
them.
be like,
I've seen them. Sometimes they put them on sushi, right?
right, right.
Perfect.
They're a little bit cheaper, something that more affordable. But then caviar, it's a high end. The other day, we were celebrating one of my coworkers' birthday, and she bought caviar for herself. And I thought she was gonna take it home, but no, she nicely enough decided to share with her coworkers, and it was delicious. We did caviar bumps.
Okay.
I don't know if you know what those are.
I'm not
Uh,
aware.
those come from the culinary scene of the cocaine.
Okay.
You do the bumperooskies.
Bumperooskies. Okay, you put a little bit amount in your hand, and then you do a little bumperoony. Okay.
Right. And then with the caviar, it's the same. This time we did it with a vodka shot. And then the caviar would have the same experience as when you do a tequila shot with a lime and the salty or the
Okay.
salt. So that's the same,
It's
what
like
you
the
want to
Russian version
copy.
of that.
You said it best.
Caviar and vodka. I get you. Damn, that sounds fire, and it also sounds like a thing a boss would do.
Right, right. Let me see if I can show you a picture of the bump that we
Okay. Oh, you
did.
you had a okay for sure.
I took a picture because I
Oh
wanted to
shit.
show
I
my
mean, I don't know if
significant
it's
other.
legal, but yeah, we'll show it.
Let's show it.
I
Let's.
don't know if it's bumps in California are legal, but hey.
I don't know if can you see it
Oh
now?
shit. Damn, that's a big ass bump too, huh?
It was a big one, and I didn't put it myself. The owner of the caviar put it on
Right,
my hand.
because everybody knows like whenever you're doing caviar with friends, and this applies to other things, the owner of the caviar decides the amounts of the bumps.
Right.
I mean, that's like standard etiquette, right? In the
If you're the
bumps
owner, you have to. Well, it goes the same with the herbs,
as
the
well.
holistic herbs.
Yep.
If you're the one providing it, you're the one
I
sharing
mean,
it.
you might have a friend that's on like some Tony Montana shit, and he's like, "Hey, bro, serve yourself whatever you want. Hey, bro, hey, Tony, whatever you want."
I want to get to that level. I want to get to the level where I can tell my friends just have whatever the fuck you want.
Like I wanna get to my level when a friend is like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna get a bump." Like, damn, how much should I, bro? Whatever you can fit in that nose. Damn, what? I thought it was caviar. What? Sorry, what? What are we talking about?
Anyways, caviar was good. Vodka was good. I'm not a vodka drinker anymore. I
Since
left
since
that
that time, right?
since that time. You know that time. It's been a while. So vodka was. Well, they chilled it. How do you drink your vodka when you used to
Well,
drink?
I don't
Like
drink vodka.
chilled?
I mean, back in the day when I drank it, I this is how I drank it. I would grab the vodka bottle and I would go like this. So I drank it in a very bad way.
Yeah, yeah. Now they chilled it for us. So it was chilled vodka and a bump of caviar. Not bad.
When like this is the type of shit that I want to hear a chef talk about. Like, hey, I work in this high end restaurant and we do this high end shit, motherfucker. We're not just doing bumps out of a whore's ass. I meant to say a whore, like a lady worker, not a horse. I just want to check, 'cause with my accent. No, we're doing caviar bumps with fucking, vodka. A vodka that's made in Siberia. Stolitsnaya. Very good vodka.
Yeah.
Label looks unassuming, but it's a fire. When I used to drink vodka, for people that know, Stolitsnaya, that's what's goody. These days, when I do a little bit of that realm of spirits, I go more for gin. Europe is big on the gin,
The
but really,
gin
I'm
and
but
tonics.
really I'm more of a beer guy.
Okay.
I'm like a just construction worker at heart.
A Modelo and you'll be happy.
I don't want to put labels or anything, but like a Corona with a lime.
Fuego.
I'm sorry, I know that sounds like cliche or whatever, but I'm
But
good.
the best beer is like the almost frozen beer, right?
Yeah. My problem with Modelos is that Modelos, because of the thicker bottle, very few places. I mean, again, maybe I haven't gone to the best bars, but like at least in Madrid, maybe in the US is different. But tell me if maybe you've had this happen before. Modelo takes a little bit more cold to get to the same coldness you need the Corona in. So what ends up happening is that a Modelo always comes to me not as cold as I wanted. You get a beer. Right now, I don't want to drink a beer, but I'm just talking about this, and I'm like getting it. Like there's like a thing in my head that just wants to taste this cold beer. I don't know. Yeah, sorry. I just had
No,
a little
I
trance.
I think about beer and it has to be in that white dress, white wedding dress, as they call it in our home country.
Right.
Um,
White dress
Sometimes when
because
you
it
open
has
it,
because it has like the sparkly ice, you know, all over it
Forming on the outside.
because of how cold it is. Yeah, sorry.
Sometimes I want to drink it and then feel little pieces of ice. It's not yet ice. It's just like
Okay.
little
Okay, I
beer
get you. I get you.
slushy.
Because like this is the thing with beer, right? Beer has a thing that as soon as it becomes a little bit ice, it can quickly fuck it all up and become all ice. But if you're able to get it in that moment, that magical moment where it's about to freeze, but it doesn't really get to freeze, but one particle froze and your tongue tastes the crackling of the ice that was about to turn the whole beer into ice but couldn't. It's like you've reached nirvana. It's like the first hit of heroin, I must imagine. Is that what you were
So,
trying to describe?
yeah.
Did I describe
yeah.
it correctly?
I think you
Sorry.
did the perfect job.
Thank you. You say it because I want people to know. I want to make sure I did a service.
I wanted to look at like top beers in the world. And then I don't know why I went to this fucking webpage and then all of them are shitty IPAs. So
What? Bro,
that's discarded. I'm not
everybody
even gonna
knows that
read
in this podcast, we are hashtag fuck IPAs.
Fuck IPAs.
What is that, bro? Why are you making beer in your bathtub, you fucking idiot? No, I don't wanna. I don't wanna taste your mango ale, John. I've been fermenting it for 3 weeks. Yeah, that shit is disgusting. So you need to bring sanitation in here.
I'm trying to find real beers, the top 10, but it's very vague. No one gives you a brand. It's just like, oh, Pale Ale, number 2.
Ah, come on,
Pilsner,
brands,
number 1.
good brands, top beer brands in the world.
Let's.
I
My
do.
computer's acting slow, so
Yeah, just take your time. I do believe there's a conglomerate though that owns like a bunch of them. Same like in the fashion industry. So for example, like Corona and Modelo, they're all owned by the same people.
Right.
And then like Heineken owns a bunch of other beers. And then you got Bush.
Bush.
We got Bush in America. God damn it, we got a Bush. We got Natty Ice, Natty Light, Natty Natty.
Yeah,
Remember, remember getting drunk on the Natty Natty?
on the Natty Natty.
That shit was
cheap.
fucked.
We would get like what, like 36 beers for $20?
I don't
Sign
even
me
think
up.
it was $20. I think it
Less?
was less. Yeah. All right, so we have it. Best beers in the world.
A lot of IPAs, dude.
Do you know what beer I've been drinking? I found a bar that serves them cold as fuck. Stella Artois. I know I've talked about it a lot. I really like that beer.
It is very good. I love Stella. Every time I ask for a Stella in San Francisco, I get dirty looks
Why?
because they only drink the nasty IPAs here.
What the fuck? So like if you
Yeah.
get a beer that's made by a company, they're like, oh my God, you capitalist piece of shit.
Basically.
You need to
Basically,
drink the
that's what you get.
milkshake that Johnny makes. Yeah, I make it with oatmeal and spices and my cum. What, Johnny? That's disgusting. It makes it ferment. You don't even know. That's how they do that shit, bro. And then people are drinking milkshakes. You drink 2 of them. You're like, you need to take a shit. Am I right or am I wrong?
Well, you are 110% right.
Told you.
This list is very vague, but Guinness, Budweiser, Stella, Beck's, Corona, Heineken,
Okay,
Modelo, Carlsberg,
Okay.
Asahi,
Oh, that's that Japanese flow.
the Japanese flow,
Fire.
Peroni,
Peroni, Italia, Verona.
and the Kronenberg 1664, which
Damn,
is
chill. Is that
I
like a
like
German
that.
thing? Be careful. I don't know what you're saying. What the fuck did you just say, bro? Chill.
It's French, man. It's French.
What's it called? What's it called?
Kronenberg.
46.
Kronenberg 1664.
Okay. And that's French.
That's French.
Okay. Okay. Carlsberg, is that German?
Danish.
Danish. Damn. You also got like Foster's. Is that Australia?
Australia.
Okay. I need to try Foster. Recently. I haven't had it recently.
Apparently, if you drink it, you become Australian.
Oh fuck, mate, for real. I want to become Australian.
Bex is German.
Okay. I'm down with the German beer. They're sort of the.
Do you fork with? Do you fork?
Do you
Do you
fork?
fuck?
And you fork with? You do fork with it?
Do you fuck with dark beers
I
like
mean,
Guinness?
hey, bro, I don't see color, man. Come on.
All right. Well,
Well, the thing is with the darker beers, the problem is that they're normally ales, I believe, and so they're thicker. So they're more milkshakey, sort of like Foster, sort of like there's this Irish beer. What's that Irish beer? That's
Guinness.
Guinness. Guinness is very milkshakey. So they're more like they used to be a meal, right? When people didn't have money, you had a beer, and it was some food and drink at the same time. Boom, boom. Even kids drank it. So I'm more into I'm more into the pilsners, right? Which are the Caribbean beers. So the Coronas, the Presidentes,
The Polar.
the Polar from Venezuela. I mean, there is some. Oh, Venezuela has some good beers. Although I recently had one, the Zulia. Remember that I told you I wanted to try. I went to a Venezuelan restaurant here, and I gotta say, I don't know what it was, but I didn't like it. I didn't love it. So, anyways, but
Maybe
yeah,
because they're not made in
no,
Venezuela
actually, it
anymore.
was, and maybe that
It
was why it
was.
wasn't as good. Maybe the water wasn't as good. I don't know. Maybe they can't make it that well in Venezuela anymore. But yeah, I mean, I'm a beer guy. I sometimes feel like I get looked down on because I don't change to harder liquors to cocktails later on at night, and then maybe people see me like, oh, maybe you're just the common man. You just drink little beers, but I don't know. I mean, I like it. I've tried the wines, but I'm not a fan of wine. I think wine gives me hungovers on another level. And unless you have the same wine all the time, which is rarely the case, every time you try a new wine, you're testing the gods again.
I hope one of my best friends don't see this episode because he's a wine connoisseur.
Kind of so,
But to me, a lot of the wines kind of taste the same. Like all the reds kind of taste similar, and then all the whites kind of taste similar. So
yeah, I mean, they did a test. There's like people in YouTube that do tests where they go to experts and then they put different wines and they end up rating the cheaper wines better than like expensive wine. Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can really taste is like if it's vinegary, then I don't like it, right? And I don't like fruity. I like more dry wine and yeah, just a solid body. I only like red wine. But the thing is with red wine is that yeah, you have to have the same wine because if you try another one, you're testing it, you're testing the waters with a new like you gotta think that a wine ferments inside that bottle and like there's micro biomes going on in there. There's a whole world in there with bacteria and things, right? In alcohol in general, but in wine. So when you're drinking it, it's like this new organism that's interacting with your own organism. So sometimes you find a wine that really goes well with you. I know it sounds crazy, but I do think that there's like a more mystical or magical thing where like you get paired better with certain drinks. Like there's certain whiskeys that when I drink them, I know what I'm gonna get out of them. They give me the thing that you know what I mean. Like, and then if you change to something else, like a few weeks ago, I think I talked about it. I started drinking vermouth, which is like this. I think it's like wine based drink, and I got obliterated. I hadn't gotten drunk that in a while, and it's because I went outside the guidelines, right? I had a path, I had a guide, and I went out of it.
How did you drink it? By
In
itself?
no, in a glass with ice. That's how they serve it. That's how they were serving it at this Spanish bar. Very typical Spanish bar. It was a fun time, but it was one of those times where you forget a little bit what happened, and you feel a little bit ashamed.
Hmm.
A little
Well,
guilty, a little guilt in the morning. Like, what happened? What happened? What videos are there of me?
I'm very when I drink alcohol, I try to. I don't know why I like the sweeter tasting alcohols.
Mm.
Well, I'm not into like the bitter shit. It's too bitter. I'm a big
So
wuss.
you're into like daiquiris and like
N-
margaritas and
No, no, I hate that shit. But when you make some cocktails, I like the ones that I go towards the sweeter side.
so for example,
Um, like old fashioned, it's whiskey and it has the bitters, but it's also sweet because they have to do a little simple syrup in the bottom with the sugar. How they So I'm more into that rather than you know how Argentinians drink this alcohol, this liquor with just Coke, Coca-Cola.
isn't it like wine and Coke?
No, it's Fernet,
Yeah, yeah, true. Yeah, I have an Argentinian friend that drinks
and
it.
that shit is disgusting. Sorry, but
You've
it's
tried
not
it?
for me. I have tried it,
Okay, okay.
and it's
Are the people
and
that listen to us from Argentina? They're saying, "Hey, respect on the name, you motherfucker."
well, it's an Italian drink. The
Yeah,
Fernet is Italian, and I believe they drink it by itself. But the
right. But in Argentina,
Argentinians,
yeah, you gotta
they
remember that after about 1945, 1946, people came from Germany, Italy to Argentina, and then they brought their cultures. So they brought the
right.
Fernet, they brought the Fernet, and then they mixed it with Coca Cola because at the end of the day, it is South America. So we do, put our own mix to it. And yeah, I have a friend that drinks that, and he's very Argentinian.
I don't
He's a
know if
piece of
you've seen
shit.
how they. It's a piece of shit. I don't know if I lived with some Argentinians, and
Fuck, that's fucked.
when we didn't have cups or glasses, they would make it out of the Coca-Cola
Bottle, right? They
bottle,
cut it and they make it, and I
and
even
they
yeah
melt.
yeah they melt the borders, right? Yeah, that's a very much the type of things that you see in a war zone. So yeah, shout out to the Argentinians, for their creativity, and yeah, just don't do that, in the first world, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah,
You're gonna be looked down.
yeah, yeah. That's not a no,
Less than.
no bueno, no bueno. So if anybody is also in the drink linkies and you have like a Japanese whiskey that you're like, hey bro, I've been drinking this thing, and when I drink it, it straight up makes me feel like Shohei Otani. Hey bro, straight up, when I drink this shit, I feel like I'm in Tokyo Drift, motherfucker. Hey bro, this Japanese whiskey that I've been drinking for a few years now, every time I drink it, I feel like I'm a geisha.
Mm. Or
You
just the
feel
gay part.
you feel me? But I don't
Mm.
know. I feel like I'm a gay sha.
Uh,
I'm a sha. That's gay. You feel me?
well, how much are you willing to spend on a bottle?
For an original, authentic Japanese whiskey bottle, all it takes, whatever it takes.
All it takes. No, but now a question: how much have you really spent on a nice bottle of
Nah,
any
nah, bro.
alcohol?
Like the most expensive whiskey that I have bought is like 12 years. So Black Label, Duars, whatever the fuck it is, 12 years, which cost $30. I
That's what
haven't.
you're going for.
No, I mean, I'm saying I could go higher for a special moment, but I want to have the info. Like for example, let's say I want to spend double that, $60. Are there things for $60 in the Japanese whiskey realm that are worth buying, or am I too low on the ball? Do I
There
need
is
to go? Do I
plenty.
need to go and sleep in the sidewalk and do contortionism because I'm just too out of the game.
I think, well, it depends on what you want, because if you want to spend the $60 on
Well,
a
I want to be somebody that matters.
so you'll spend the $60 on one bottle rather
Right.
than $60 in two.
Right.
In two.
It's a special night.
Right. Okay. It's a
Okay.
special night. You're outside of the restaurant taking
The
care of the
dictator
street.
in Venezuela
Has
was
fallen.
was deleted.
Okay.
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 So I want
Is
to
that what we're
celebrate.
hoping for?
Of course.
Okay.
I mean, don't. Yeah. So so then now I need to celebrate.
Okay. This
Okay.
is what
So
you're buying.
I want Japanese whiskey for that night.
Okay.
$60 bottle. Do you have any info on this? Are you familiar with the Japanese whiskey game?
I got a 59.99 bottle Fuji Japanese whiskey.
Can you show it?
Yeah, let me
Show
open
it.
a
No,
picture.
because now we have technologies, and I want people to see it.
Let me look it up. But also there's $150.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel
I
that it
mean,
may be worth it?
yeah. I mean, if we're talking about the dictator, complete deletion, we could go for 150. And it's
Okay.
probably it's probably more Japanese, right? Like it's even more Japanese.
Let me zoom in.
Just
If
zoom
I
in.
ever if I ever find a way of doing this.
Yeah, just zoom in. Just show us, show the people. We got the technology, we got the production value, we got the agents, we got the managers that are now sort of handling the production crew. We have the editors, we have the marketing assistants.
We're paying the money
We
for
have
this.
Samantha in HR. We needed to get somebody in HR because things were getting a little wild in the breaks. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Bumps, bitch. What? Caviar.
Okay, I'm very stupid with
Share your
technology.
fucking screen, Chef Maurice.
Damn, dude.
Bro, we're
Hold
gonna
on.
take you. I wanted to say a joke, but I shouldn't.
Say it, say it. I can take
Nah.
it.
Okay. No, I don't know if the world can take it. Know that you're like looking good to go to the Paralympics right now. Can you fucking
I'll take
share the
it. I'll
screen?
take it. I'll take it. I'm sharing.
Okay, show us. This is the technology right now. Okay, so that's the Fuji Japanese whiskey, and this is something I could get for about 60 American dollars.
Well, the one I saw was 59.99 because they had it at discount, but it's usually at 70.
Okay,
So I'll still take 70.
okay, and have you had it?
I think I have
Okay,
for tasting purposes.
and what was the experience? Did you feel like you were in Kyoto?
I felt like I was drinking any whiskey.
Oh, come on, man! Don't be a piece of shit like that.
No, I mean
Fuck.
I wish I could give you more context. I just had maybe one sip.
I wish I could give you more context. I had it with ice and Coca Cola, so yeah. All right. All right,
But
but if anybody knows of like a good Japanese whiskey or maybe like Scotch, like oh, it's a Scottish whiskey, whatever, that's fine too. I'm more into the Japanese these days, but I'm open to anything. Good whiskey, something below $100. I'm not trying to be crazy. I don't have that much money, but something that I can bathe myself in and feel like I'm the king of the fucking land. King of the castle, king of the castle.
how do you?
Is that too much
Okay.
to ask? Also, if you have another drink that's not a whiskey, hey, Kiko, I drink this gin, I drink this vodka, I drink this tequila. Believe me, when I drink this, I feel like I'm Jeff Bezos, but with hair. Let me know.
I think what you and I are looking for the complete deletion of the Venezuela regime. This is what whiskey we're looking for. I'm
Okay,
sharing it right now.
perfect.
I think this is what we have to look for. This is
Fuck.
more expensive.
The Yamazaki.
Yamasaki 12.
Single malt Japanese whiskey. Oof. I'ma search this shit. I'ma see if they sell this here in Spain because
It's
this is crazy.
at this place in New York. They have it at 149.99, and it's usually at 160.
Sorry, can you say that again?
The bottle usually costs $160.
Uh huh.
They have it at in this place in New York for 149.
Okay, 150.
So $10 less.
Damn, look. In Amazon, Spain, it costs 122 for the 7 year. And for the 12 year, we're looking at 145. Dude, it's the same. That's crazy. The oldest distillery in Japan, Yamakasi Distillery from the House of Suntory Whiskey, motherfucker. You know what that means? I don't, but that shit means a lot, let me tell you. That shit means that this motherfucker's been doing this whiskey since back in the samurai days, bro. Damn, this is the whiskey. Did you know about this whiskey before, or did you just like happen to come up with it right now?
No, I did. At the restaurant I used to work at before, we had a big Japanese whiskey display.
Oh my God, Yamakasi whiskey. All right, so I'm gonna keep this here saved. So maybe when I have a kid or some shit, you know. You never know when you're gonna leave somebody pregnant, and you know, if that happens, I could open a whiskey. I have a very good rum bottle that my sister gave me. It's sort of like the equivalent of the Yamakasi whiskey, but in Venezuelan rum.
This is Saint Teresa.
The Saint Teresa, Santa Teresa, 1796 rum. And that one is also saved there for a special moment. Maybe when the podcast blows up, maybe when we reach 1,000 subscribers, you know. If you're listening on the other side and you're like, oh, damn, all it takes is for me to subscribe and I help you. Yeah, you subscribe and you're helping us. Every subscribe, every like gets us closer to the Yamakasi whiskey. So if you find that to be something valuable to you for us to obtain from you, then please do that. You don't even have to give us money yet. Okay,
Damn,
Yamakasi whiskey. That's what I'm going for.
How do you drink this rum? The one that you have?
No, I mean, that rum will only be maybe just with ice.
Just with ice.
Yeah.
Let's give some people. Now that we have our own producers, maybe I'll take care of showing pictures.
Yeah. So you here, for example, and this is something we can practice now. You can zoom in, right? Pressing exactly, and you can show people. So this is a Santa Teresa, 1796. This is considered the best rum in Venezuela. You know, there are others that are up there too, but this is one of them.
It's a good $120.
Yeah, so that's the equivalent of the Yamakasi whiskey, but in Venezuelan form. Okay, so if you had to decide, last question.
All right.
To end the podcast, it's been a long one. We love to give people the minutes. You know, they're running out there. They need a little bit of encouragement. They need a little bit of happiness.
Keep running, bitch.
They listen to us. So, do you prefer the Santa Teresa 1796 rum or the Yamakasi whiskey?
Wow, you put me in the spot here. Is it turning my back to my country if I go with a whiskey?
No, it isn't. This is strictly objective, just on the actual taste and you know what, and also your own taste. Maybe you like one liquor more than the other in general, so that's fine too. But just for the fans, they wanna know what Chef Maurice likes. Who is he?
Well, I gotta admit, right now I'm in the whiskey phase. So if you come up to me in the streets with a bottle of Japanese whiskey, you're gonna be my favorite fan.
I see.
But if you come up to me with a Santa Teresa 1796, I will not be mad either.
Okay, but I do, with this, it's safe to say that when the podcast goes on the world tour,
we're sipping on the whiskey.
We're going to have some Japanese single malt that's been distilled in the oldest distillery in Japan back in the days of the samurai. All right, that's what I'm talking about.
That is what we're doing.
Let us know if there's any other whiskey that you find, to be fire. If it's Japanese, even better. We love to discover new things that will poison our body and shorten the length of time that we're in the world. San Francisco is in the house with Chef Maurice. I'm in Madrid. I love you. Take care. Have a good life. Keep it Gucci.